In this episode, we are going to look at the log rank test and the log rank test for trend, which is one of the methods used in survival analysis to compare survival times between groups of one single variable. In our previous episode, we looked at the Kaplan-Meier survival estimates between patients taking drug A and those taking drug B, but we could not conclude whether the differences we were seeing in the survival times of participants in these two groups were statistically significant. So in this episode, we are using a statistical test, the log rank test, to compare survival times between people taking drug A and those taking drug B. We want to see whether it is statistically significant. Here is the hypothetical data set that we are using to demonstrate how to run this test. We have our variable of event, whether death has happened or not. We have a variable for time that captures the time until that event of death happened, and we have a variable treatment which groups participants into either those using drug A and those using drug B. So we want to compare the survival times of participants taking drug A and those taking drug B. We want to see whether there is a statistically significant difference. So we start by setting our data as survival data by going to statistics, survival analysis, and then setup and utilities. Then we declare data to be survival time data. In this dialog box, we specify what our time variable is, that variable capturing time to event. Most of the times in research, you have start date and maybe end date of your study, or the date until when that person was last observed. So you have to calculate that by yourself to get the time event. Here, our event is time in months. And then our failure variable, that is the variable showing whether the event has happened or not. In this case, it is event died, and our failure value in that variable, a 1, is showing that a death happened. A 0 shows that the event did not happen for the time we've observed this person, and in survival, this is called censoring. So we shall click OK. And we have survival time data settings here. You will also notice that Stata has created 4 more variables in your variables list. So for us to run the log rank test, simply go to statistics, survival analysis, and then summary statistics tests. Then there is here test equality of survival functions. In this dialog box, you specify which variables do you want to compare its groups. Because for the log rank tests, it handles one variable at a time. So we are going to specify here, it is treatment. We want to compare drug A compared to drug B. We have the log rank at default settings. We're going to leave that at this. Then we click on submit. Here we are testing the hypothesis that the survival functions are the same for participants taking drug A and those taking drug B. It is basically a chi-square test comparing the observed events versus the expected events, and our p-value is 0.07, which is above 0.05, indicating that it is not statistically significant. So we fail to reject the null of equality of survival functions. So there is no significant difference in the survival times of patients taking drug A and those taking drug B. If your independent variable had more than 2 levels, or if it was an ordinal variable, then you would also think of running a log rank test for trend. You would simply click on this box, test trend of survivor functions across 3 or more ordered groups. If your independent variable was an ordinal variable with more than 2 levels, then you just check that and then you click OK. then it would provide us results for the the log rank test for ordered categories or for trend. So far, in the Kaplan-Meier and the log rank test, including the log rank test for trend, we can see that it can only accommodate one single variable at a time. But if you have other independent variables that you would analyze together to see whether they affect survival time, you need a more advanced model. So next we shall look at such a model. We shall look at the Cox regression model, which is a non-parametric model that can analyze more than one independent variable to predict survivor function. If you found this video useful, consider liking and subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss out any of our episodes. See you in the next episode.